Yeah, in the last class we have studied residual diversity. In that we have studied two types of residual diversity, that is selection combining and maximal ratio combining. And today we are going to study the transmit diversity. Here the transmit diversity is radio communication using signals that originate from two or more independent sources that have been modulated with the identical information bearing signals and that may vary in their transmission characteristics at any given instant. So here in the transmit, so here at the transmit diversity, it can help to overcome the effects of fading outages and circuit failures. Here the fading in the sense, in the wireless communication, fading is the variation of the attenuation of a signal with various variables. Here in the fading, these variables include the time, geographical position and the radio frequency. So here the fading is often modeled as the random process. Here a fading channel is a communication channel that experiences the fading. So here in the transmit diversity, when we are using the diversity transmission and the reception, here the amount of received signal improvement depends on the independence of the fading characteristics of the signal as well as the circuit outages and the failures. So the transmit diversity, which is going to help to overcome the effects of the fading outages and the circuit failures. So when you are using the diversity transmission and reception, here the amount of received signal improvement depends on the independence of the fading characteristics of the signal. So as we are having the circuit outages and the failures in the diversity. So here considering the antenna diversity in many systems, the additional antenna may be expensive or impractical at the remote or even at the base station. So while adding the additional antennas, this may be cause expensive or impractical at the remote station or even at the base station. So here in this case, the transmit diversity can be used to provide the diversity benefit at the receiver, which is the multiple transmitter antennas only. So in the diversity case, the transmit diversity can be used to, it is going to provide the diversity benefit at a receiver with the multiple transmit antennas only. It is going to provide with the multiple antennas only. So with the transmit diversity, the multiple antenna transmit delayed versions of the signal, creating the frequency selective fading, which is equalized at the receiver to provide the diversity gain. So with the time transmit diversity, here the multiple antenna transmit delayed versions of the signal are going to create the frequency selective fading, which are equalized at the receiver to provide the diversity gain. So here the transmit diversity method is utilized in the downlink of the LTE using 2 or 4 transmit antennas at the E node B. So here the receiver, that is user equipment, maybe have one or more receive antenna. Here similar modulation symbols are transmitted to improve the signal quality. That is signal to you are going to improve the SINR. So it is a type of spatial diversity where the n number of transmit antennas and only one receive antennas we are using in this type. So the transmit diversity is particularly useful in the downlink since the base station can usually accommodate more antennas than the mobile station. So here the transmit diversity is useful in the downlink since the base station can usually accommodate the more antennas than the mobile station. So here the spatial diversity is the more recent development than spatial receive diversity and has become widely understood and implemented only in the earlier 2000s. So here because the signal sent from the different transmit antennas interface with one another at the receiver, so the additional signal processing is required at both the transmitter and the receiver in order to achieve diversity while removing or at least attenuating the spatial interface. So here the signals sent from the different transmit antennas interfere with one another at the receiver. So here we are using the additional signal processing is required as at both the transmitter and the receiver in order to achieve the diversity while removing or at least attenuating the spatial interference. So here the transmit diversity is particularly useful in the downlink since the base station can usually accommodate the more antennas than the mobile station. So here the additionally, if multiple antennas are already present at the base station for uplink receive diversity, so the incremental cost of using them for the transmit diversity is very small. So here the multiple antenna transmit schemes, that is both transmit diversity or MIMO, are often we are going to categorize into two cases, that is open loop and closed loop. So in this MIMO we are having in the radio, that is multiple input or multiple output, or MIMO is a method for multiplying the capacity of a radio link using the multiple transmission and receiving antennas to exploit the multipath propagation. Here at one time in wireless, the term MIMO referred to the use of multiple antennas at the transmitter and at the receiver. So in the modern usage, MIMO specifically refers to a partial technique for sending and receiving more than one data signal simultaneously over the same radio channel by exploiting the multipath propagation. So although this multipath phenomenon may be interesting, it's the use of OFDMA to encode the channels that is responsible for the increase in the data capacity. So here the open loop refers to the systems that do not require the knowledge of the channel at the transmitter. The closed loop, the system requires the channel knowledge at the transmitter through a feedback channel from the receiver. So this is the figure of open loop transmit diversity. Here without feedback, you're using this channel. So the open loop refers to the system that do not change the or do not require the knowledge of the channel at the transmitter is shown in the figure. So on the contrary, the closed loop system requires the channel knowledge at the transmitter. So thus the necessity either channel reciprocity, that is same uplink and the downlink channel possible in the TDD, that is transmission diversity, or a more commonly feedback channel from the receiver to the transmitter. So in that we have next the open loop transmit diversity, that is that we are going to study 2:1 phase frequency block coding. 2:1 phase frequency block coding, that is SFBC. So before that I have some advantages of transmit diversity. So in this transmit diversity, this method does not require any feedback information from the receiver. So we does not require any feedback from the receiver to transmit the data. So it is effective when the receiver is in a low SNR radio environment. So this transmit diversity is effective. The receiver is in the low SINR radio environment. So next it improves the SINR and thus reduces required. It improves the SINR, thus reduces the required retransmission attempts. So it allows the transmitter to utilize the aggressive coding and modulation scheme. So it is going to allow the transmitter to utilize the aggressive coding and modulation scheme. Here the specific method LT uses for transmit diversity is SFBC, that is the space frequency block coding. So which is going to provide both the spatial and the frequency diversity. So here the SFBC improves the cell coverage and improves the cell edge throughput. So in the transmit diversity, the multiple antennas are already present at the base station for uplink receive diversity. So the incremental cost of using them for the transmit diversity is small. So some of the limitations we have for the transmit diversity. So needed additional DSP is required both at the transmitter and the receiver in order to achieve diversity, while removing or at least attenuating the spatial interference. So here the multiple antenna transmit schemes are often characterized into two classes, that is the open loop and the closed loop time diversity. So in this the open loop transmit diversity, there are the three transmit diversity approaches. The first one is the 2:1 space frequency block coding, and the second one is 2:2 space frequency block coding, and 4:2 space frequency block coding, and the third one is the transmit diversity versus the receive diversity. So in that first we are going to study the 2:1 space frequency block coding. So Here the SFBC is the most popular open loop transmit diversity scheme in the space frequency block coding. So this is the most popular open loop transmit diversity scheme in the space time, that is in the LTE frequency coding, where a particular code known to the receiver is applied at the transmitter. So here the receiver must know the channel to decode a space-time code. This is not a large burden for the channel, since the channel must be known for other decoding operations anyway. So here the first space-time coding was suggested in the early 1990s, before generating the intense interest in the late 1990s. So although there are many types of space-time codes, in this selection we specifically focus on the space frequency block codes, which is going to lend themselves to easy implementation and that are supported in the LTE. So here the key breakthrough in the late 1990s was a space time block code, that is STBC, which is going to refer to as either the Alamoti code, that is Alamoti code, or the orthogonal space time block code, that is OSTBC. So this is the simple code, has become the most popular means of achieving the transmit diversity due to its easy of implementation and optimally with regards to the diversity order. So here the conceived for a narrowband fading channel. Here the STBCs can easily be adapted to a wider fading channel using the OFDMA, using the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, by utilizing the adjacent subcarriers rather than the consecutive symbols. So here the mathematically and conceptually there is no difference between the SFBCs and more common STBCs. So here instead of the adjacent subcarriers as denoted below, here the STBCs are consecutive symbols in the time. So here the SFBCs are preferred to STBCs because they have experience less delay and are less likely to suffer from the channel variations. So here the space frequency block codings are preferred to space-time block codes because they have experience less delay and are less likely to suffer from the channel variations. So here the STBCs would require two OFDM symbols to be encoded or decoded over which the significantly increased delay, while also increasing the likelihood of the channel variation over the code block. So which as we will see in the contrary to the standard decoding model. So here the simplest SFBC corresponds to the two transmit antennas and a single receive antenna. Here the if two symbols to be transmitted are the S1 and S2, and the Almaty code sends to the following over two subcarriers, that is F1 and F2. That is F1 and F2. Here the subcarriers are F1 and F2. For antenna 1 you have subcarrier F1 as S1, and for antenna 2 you are having S2. And for subcarrier F2 we are having for antenna 1 we are having minus S2 star, and for antenna 2 we are having S1 star. So here the 2 into 1 Almaty SFBC is referred to as the rate 1 code since the data rate is neither increased nor decreased. Here the two symbols are sent over the two adjacent subcarriers. So here the 2x1 Almaty space frequency block coding is referred to as the rate of 1 code since the data rate is neither increased nor decreased. Here the two symbols are sent over the two adjacent subcarriers. Rather than the directly increasing the data rate, here the goal of the space frequency block coding is to harness the spatial diversity over the channel. So here the main goal of the space frequency block coding is to harness the spatial diversity of the channel. So you're assuming a flat fading channel on the each subcarrier, then the H1 of F1 is the complex channel gain for the transmit antenna 1 to the receive antenna, and H2 of F2 is from the transmit antenna 2. So here an additional assumption is that the channel is constant over the two adjacent subcarriers, that is H1 into F1 is equal to H1 into F2 is equal to H1. So assuming the flat fading channel on each subcarrier, then H1 of F1 is the complex channel gain from the transmit antenna 1 to the receiver antenna, and H2 of F2 is from the transmit antenna 2. So an additional assumption in that the channel is constant over the two adjacent subcarriers, that is H1 of F1 is equal to H1 of F2, which is equal to H1. So this is the reasonable assumptions. If BC is less than B by L, which is by choosing a large enough number of subcarriers, L can be forced to be true. So here this is the reasonable assumptions if BC is less than B by L, which by choosing a large enough number of subcarriers, L can be forced to be true. So here we can recall that the forcing flat fading for subcarriers in one of the main purpose of the multi-carrier systems. And for the efficient suppression of ISI, here the received signal R of F can be written as, here the received signal R of F can be written as, first we have R1, R of F1, that is equal to H1 S1 plus H2 S2 plus N into F1. So similarly for R of F2 we have minus of H1 S2 star plus H2 S1 star plus N into F2. So where N of dot is a sample of white Gaussian noise. So here the following diversity combining scheme can then be used, assuming the channel is known at the receiver. So we have y1 is equal to h1 star of r of f1 plus h2 into r star of f2. So similarly we have y2. Similarly we have y2 is equal to h2 star of r of f1 plus, sorry, you will get minus here, minus h1 into r star into f2. So this is, you can call it as equation 1, this you can call it as equation 2. So hence for example it can be seen that and so you can see that is y1 is equal to h1 star of h1 s1 plus h2 s2 plus n into f1 plus h2 minus h1 star of s2 plus h2 star of s1 plus n star of f2. So here where n into, that is the sample of white Gaussian noise, the following diversity combines the scheme can then be used, assuming the channel is known as, that is y1 is equal to h1 star of r into f1 plus h2 into r star of f2. Similarly y2 can be written as h2 star of r of f1 minus h1 into r star of f2. So hence for example it can be seen that y1 is equal to h1 star of into h1 s1 plus h2 s2 plus n into f1 plus h2 into minus h1 star of s2 plus h2 star into s1 plus n star into f2. So similarly y1 can be this can be further written as, so y1 is equal to modulus of h1 square plus modulus of h2 whole square into s1 plus h1 star of n into f1 plus h2 n star of f2. So, and proceedingly similarly that y2 will be modulus of h1 square plus h2 modulus of h2 square into s2 plus h2 star into n into f1 minus h1 n star of f2. So hence this is a very simple decoder that just the linearly combines the two received samples, that is r into r of f1 and r star of f2, is able to eliminate all the spatial interference. Then the resulting SNR can be computed. So linearly combines two received samples, that is r1 of r of f1 and r star of f2 is able to eliminate the spatial interference. Then the resulting SNR can be computed as. So we are going to compute the resulting SNR as are you able to understanding ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the resulting SNR can be computed as, it is gamma of summation is equal to that is modulus of h1 square plus modulus of h2 whole square h2 square into whole square divided by modulus of h1 square into sigma square plus modulus of h2 whole square into sigma square into epsilon x divided by 2. So then we are going to simplify that. So you will get that is modulus of h1 square plus modulus of h2 square divided by sigma square into epsilon x by 2. So then we will get gamma summation is equal to, that is summation of I is equal to 1 to 2 modulus of hi square divided by sigma square into epsilon x by 2. So here it can be seen that this is similar to the gain from the MRC. However, in order to keep the transmit power the same as in the MRC case, each the transmit antenna must have it transmit power so that the total transmit energy per actual data symbol, that is epsilon x for the both the cases. Yeah, that is for the SFBC. So that is for the SFBC, that is E into modulus of S1 square is equal to E into modulus of S2 square, that is equal to epsilon x by 2. Since each are sent twice, so here in the summary of the 2 into 1 Almaty code achieves the same diversity order and the data rate as 1 into 2 receive diversity system with MRC. It is MRC in the sense maximal ratio combining, same as the MRC here, but with a 3 dB penalty due to the redundant transmission that is required to remove the spatial interference at the receiver. Here an equivalent statement is that the Almaty code sacrifices the array gain of maximum racial combining while achieving the same diversity gain. So here the linear decoder used earlier is the maximum likelihood decoder, so it is optimum as well as simple. So this is about the 2 into 1 phase frequency block coding. Is there any doubts regarding this? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Everyone understood? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? I want to repeat this again. ಮಂಜು ನಜ್ರೆ,
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಮಂಜು?
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
What about others? ಪ್ರಗತಿ ಸುದರ್ಶನ್, ಸಂಜನಾ,
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಶೋಯಬ್,
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಎವ್ರಿವನ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. 20th is the last date for submission of initial feedback. So everyone submit feedback. I have posted a quiz in the Teams. Everyone go through that and complete the quiz. It is visible. See here, these are the some of the questions from the module 2. Everyone make a note of these questions. You have given till the second part of the second module. Everyone make note of these questions. Copied. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ? Any doubts regarding today's class? Okay, answer your attendance. Manoj. Manoj Kumar. Megha.
Present, sir.
Mohammad Shoaib. Monica. Navya.
Present, sir.
Netra. Niharika. Nijin Kumar.
Present, sir.
Nitinesh. Ramesh Reddy.
Present, sir.
Pavan. Lavanya.
Present, sir.
Pragati.
Present, sir.
Pranav.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, 70 present, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Pranav,
Three.
present, sir.
Okay, Pranav. Preeta.
Present, sir.
Vishwas. Rahul. Rachat.
Present, sir.
Reshma. Sanjana.
Present, sir.
Santosh. Satvik. Sharan Sushil.
Present, sir.
Sheshadri.
Present, sir.
Shoyab.
Present, sir.
Sindhu.
Present, sir.
Simran.
Present, sir.
Soumya.
Present, sir.
Sri Lakshmi.
Present, sir.
Banisha.
Present, sir.
Rajeta.
Present, sir.
Sumanes. Sumant. Tejas.
Present, sir.
Tejashri.
Present, sir.
Tejaswini. Tanushri. Swati.
Present, sir. Tanushri.
Swati present, sir.
Okay, Chasmita.
Sir, Tanushri present.
Present, sir.
Okay. Vaishnavi.
Present, sir.
Urshini. Urshini MS. Vidyavati.
Present, sir.
Vinuta.
Present, sir.
Vinod Kumar. Vishal. Vishesh. Vishwala.
Present, sir.
Yashwant. Yatish. Bharatyam. Manju.
Present, sir.
Asha Bivo.
Present, sir.
Swati.
Present, sir.
Melina. Mahesh Reddy.
Present, sir.
Okay, submit feedback. 20th is the last date.
Sir, 110 present, sir.
Okay. These are the second module questions. You go through that. For IA up to only these questions. From first module 8 questions and second module 7 questions. You no need to write the second module assignment and submit. After the completing of the second module, I will give some more questions. So later you can submit the second module assignment. Okay, thank you all. I will continue in the next class. Thank you all.